Hey everybody, it's me, the Bookman, your Bookman. And right now I just got started on playing Street Fighter 6. I know, the game came out yesterday. The game came out yesterday and I just started playing it. Isn't that amazing? How is that possible? How is it possible that I've had this game for a day? And well, I'm going to explain it to you as you see me trying to link an account I didn't have with Capcom ID and all that stuff. I'm going to explain to you exactly why it took me this long to finally get this game posted. Well, it goes like this. So the Switch 2 on its own has 250 gigs, right? Okay. Now, I had a few games on there from before. I'm going to have to get a couple other ones on there and everything. And it should be fine with memory and all that. There's one little problem. The problem is that it takes 2.5 fucking hours to download and update right when you put the game in. Why do fighting games have to do this? Why? And I would figure that the newer console with my ridiculous internet system would be easy in downloading all this. It would be no problem whatsoever to download these things in less than 2.5 hours. So it took 2.5 hours. By the time I was able to get it done, I had to power the console down. And at that point, I was just really tired. So I said, you know what? We'll wait till tomorrow because I'm not going to get this started till like the evening and whatever. But I waited till today. Then my controllers, my Joy-Cons, were complaining about not being charged because, I turned off the console and thought I was charging the controllers. I haven't had Joy-Cons in a while, or I haven't used them in a while. I usually use the Pro Controller, which I'm going to get soon, don't you worry. So then I waited again. Then I had to go through this. And the best part about it is, after I was going through this, I had to update the game again. So it's like, why do you have to update it so much? Now, it runs like butter. Listen, I really wish that I could record this in 4K. I really wish I could. Because, as you're seeing now, this is on my 1080 monitor. I need a new PC. I really got to get this on 4K for you guys because if you can see what it looks like on my television, it's incredible. It's beautiful. It's amazing. The things I can say about Street Fighter 6, Fighters Edition, years 1 through 2, the things I can say are the control system's a lot different from what I'm used to with Street Fighter. Now, I've been playing Street Fighter since Street Fighter 2 in the arcades. I played virtually every single Street Fighter you can conjure up, with very few exceptions. I played Street Fighter 1, okay? That's the kind of Street Fighter fanatic I am. I love the competition. I don't love how online players are usually very cheesy, but overall, when it comes to the games themselves, really good games. The entirety of the universe they've built and all the characters involved is very interesting and whatever. I love Street Fighter. I love fighting games. I love Street Fighter. So when it comes to, it's like, are you a dog or cat person? When it's Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, I'm a Street Fighter person. Now, Tekken I don't really play at all because they never, well, that's not true. They had releases. I just never decided to, this is muted, right? I think this is muted. I'm pretty sure this is muted. Just want to make sure you're not, oh, whatever. So I had to have muted this. So anyway, my fault. Sorry. So I never really played Tekken. I never really played Soul Calibur, although with the Switch 2 and the update itself, I can easily play Soul Calibur now with my GameCube. Whatever, it's muted. I can easily play Soul Calibur with the GameCube or one of those Soul Calibur games. Never played, well, I played Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I never played Virtual Fighter. And there were a few others I never played. But anyway, so I'm a big Street Fighter guy, and I'm used to the 6 buttons. The light, medium, strong punch, and kicks. Now it's just light attack, medium attack, strong attack, and special abilities. And not only that, but there's a whole combo thing that comes about with just holding ZR. Now, I know you can't exploit this on the internet. I know you can. I know they will totally eat you alive at some level. But it just seems as though the controls have been dumbed down. However, when it comes to getting used to them, I guess it makes it for a better flow of combat, but I can tell why the purists, listen, the internet is filled with people who think everything was better 15, 20. They're worse than old people like me. Everything was better in 2000. Everything was better then. Everything was better then. Ignoring the fact that Street Fighter 4 had to resurrect this franchise because it was going absolutely nowhere, whether people want to admit it or not. So the idea that, well, it was better, here, there, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, for the most part, yes, games were better because they were more innovative, they were more fun and everything like that. They were more focused on fun and not storyline and all that bullshit. But when it comes to certain elements, not every game was better 20 years ago, especially not 20 years ago. You got to calm down with that shit. But be that as it may, the new combat system is going to take a lot of getting used to because when I play Street Fighter, I just instinctively go a specific route. It's like playing Mortal Kombat. You just instinctively go a specific route. This is block, this is this attack, this is that attack. So that's going to be a little bit interesting. But I understand it and I kind of appreciate it. Change is good sometimes. I just want to see how it plays out online and I want to see how it plays out in the story mode. However, this is what's fucking hilarious. The controversy that people want to start here on YouTube about Nintendo being greedy and they're evil and it's going to fail and blah, 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 despite the fact that, as I said, this is the best console I've ever had. I'm saying it already. It's the best console I've ever had. You have over 10,000 games you can play from the first Switch that play a little bit better on this one from what I can tell. Now, I'm not even talking about the enhanced versions. You have all the AAA games that either are out now or they're coming out. I know somebody said, oh, it's a terrible release launch. What are you talking about? You got like 25 games that were launched today, including the games that come with the online service and whatever games you're importing from the Switch one. So it's a huge launch. And all this talk about greed is hilarious because I spent $60 on this game. And I got every character that most people would have had to have spent extensive amounts of money to buy with in-game microtransactions that Capcom always elicits in their video games just that they can, a couple of years later, release a game with all the characters and then promise some new ones, which, by the way, you're going to have to buy. So because I pre-ordered the game, I guess, and because I had this code that they gave me, I was able to get some online store credit. Well, it seems a lot. It's like 4,000 or whatever in a game that I bought, which I should have everything anyway. And the game itself is over 40-something, almost 50 gigs on its own as it is. Shut up. And yet, they want you to get these credits to buy more shit. And then on top of it, they're not even like the legitimate credits you need for the good shit. In other words, you're probably going to have to pay more anyway for the game that more or less gave you the complete version of the game that they built up the last 2 years. And so it just amazes me how Nintendo is greedy. Nintendo's the worst. Nintendo is evil. Nintendo is all these things because they announced an upgrade to a console that made over, God only knows how much in terms of hundreds of millions, because it sold over 150 million units. 150 million, so they upgraded because one of the things that people who don't like the Switch or Nintendo would complain about was how there isn't enough third-party support, and you don't have the real AAA games, and you're running on old hardware. So now they upgrade the hardware, and it's, well, they're greedy. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. All I know is I bought this little doozy, which took me almost 2 days to actually fucking play. I had to make an account. I had to connect an account. I had to turn on this fucking phone. It makes too much fucking noise, and I don't want on at all. And I had to do all this stupid shit just so I could find out that whatever credits they gave me for pre-ordering the game and everything like that don't count for anything when it comes to if they release a new character or something. I would probably have to spend money on it. So, just that you know, whatever your opinions are about Nintendo and the Switch 2 and everything like that, the greed of the video game industry has been around a very long time. And if you are a PC, PlayStation, or Microsoft type, you are the tea calling the kettle black. I'm sorry, but you have no idea what you're talking about. Whatever greed you think Nintendo just invented recently has been done 1,000 times worse in the past by companies like Capcom, like companies like Microsoft, so on and so forth. But that's not my take. That's just a fact. You can ignore it. You can say whatever you want. That's just a fact coming from someone who's been playing these damn things for almost 40 years now, if not over 40 years. Yes, probably over 40 years. It's a very long time, folks. But that's all I have to say about the game itself. I'm looking forward to finishing it. I will definitely give you a final review when I'm done with the story mode, and I'll be playing online pretty much Wednesday nights. So we'll see you then, and as I continue, I thank you all for watching. I have more for you to come, so stay tuned, take care, and have a great day.